What is up, Boston Silkscar fans, and welcome to our SPDL Week 1 matchup against Curse Shooter and the Conway Embors. Can't believe I actually remember the team name. That might sound like a new team to you because, yes, this is a new league. This is no longer the PGL. This is the Streamer Planet Draft League, which I'm very honored to have been accepted to. I applied for this league a few months ago, I think, and then just out of the blue a couple weeks ago, they're like, yeah, you're in. Welcome. And I was like, what? I actually got accepted? That's crazy. But so here we are. I know this is kind of out of the blue, so I wanted to do a little preamble beforehand because this is coming completely out of the blue for you guys. I understand that next week will just be a normal thing. This is going to be a post commentary, but unfortunately, Let's Go doesn't actually allow you to save the battle and do watch it later in a quick format. So unfortunately, it's almost going to be the same length as a live battle. Which kind of sucks, but for next week we should just be doing a straight up live commentary battle. I'm hoping the timing works out on that to be able to do it. Anyways, so this week we brought Machamp, Dugtrio, Alolan, Cloyster, Dragonite, Charizard, and Gengar. By the way, I'll probably do a video where we go over the whole draft later. I know that's supposed to come first, but I'm running out of time here, guys. It's been crazy. Thank you again for keeping up or holding in tight where there hasn't been content for about a week because of my absence. I've just been really busy, and part of it is this. Literally all my free time was beating Let's Go. I've never beaten Let's Go before. I was at Cerulean City when I got accepted, and I was like, oh crap, now I got to beat this game and catch all the viable Pokemon. I had like 2 weeks to do it because after we drafted is when, we knew what mons we had, so I had to start catching Pokemon while still trying to beat the game, and then trying to grind them to level 100 before this match, which I did not succeed at, which means none of our Pokemon are actually perfect Pokemon right now, which is going to be really challenging for this battle, but we'll hopefully persevere. Yeah, so I did manage to beat the game and get our Pokemon to like level 80, but still not high enough to like give them the bottle caps and things to get their perfect IVs and all that stuff. So it's going to be a tough one, but I think we can still do it. Let's go ahead, without further ado, jump into the match. Week 1. Whew, it's been a while since I did commentary. Okay, like this. Whew, back to the old grind, man. PGL was such a long time ago. His team, as you guys can see, is Zapchick and the Zapdos. You know what? I closed it down. This is going to be so difficult. So, his team, let me pull up the picture I took of it before the match so I could remember, because like I said, I've never played Let's Go before, so I didn't know if I'd be able to see the Pokemon later. He brought Zapdos, Dugtrio, not the Alolan, Gyarados, Kangaskhan, Alakazam, and Nidoking. Oh my god, I'm so rusty that I couldn't even remember the name of certain Pokemon. That's crazy. But anyways, wait, what? Oh, it says, okay, I was like, why is it saying True vs. Puka? That's the name of my Pikachu. No, it's saying because they're a partner Pokemon, so I guess that's the way they do it in this. Interesting. But everything about Let's Go is so weird. There's no natures, no hold items. There's tons of moves that just aren't on Pokemon anymore, and like, it's confusing, man. If you've never battled in Pokemon Let's Go, it's completely different. It's like throw everything you know about the game out the window. So I took the risk here. Dugtrio versus Dugtrio. I thought we might just trade rocks here. And I thought about clicking Earthquake because it would kill if I outsped. So it's kind of up in the air who's going to outspeed here. I don't remember if our Dugtrio had perfect speed stats or not. I think it did. So I think this was a speed tie, and I was willing to risk that he was just going to put up his Stealth Rocks because my team's heavily weak to Stealth Rocks, so I thought it'd be the smartest move. Unfortunately, it does just go straight for the Earthquake, which is going to take out Dugtrio. By the way, actually, why did I say that? I don't think our Earthquake would have killed this Dugtrio, but it might have. I don't remember. But either way, he goes for it, and right away we're at a loss. We're looking really bad, but this happens to me a lot of the time. We lose them on right in the very first turn, and we manage to turn it around toward the end. Now I'm really contemplating who I should go in because I'm really nervous. I'm like I said, I did not get my Pokemon fully prepared for this match, and I literally, up to the minute before the battle, was still preparing the team, and I got so anxious. I know it sounds like a bunch of excuses, and it is, and it sucks, but I just want to let you guys know what was going through my head at the time. I was panicking, man. I was like, oh my god, what do I do now? That was stupid of me to stay in and get wrecked like that. I knew that was going to happen. I did it anyways, and it's okay. We can still try and make a recovery from it. So I go into Cloyster because Cloyster he's very defensive. We know that Doug Trio is only really going to be carrying physically offensive moves. Plus, we have the ability to scare him out with our water type move that we might potentially have. We also have Ice Shard, but we don't actually have Hydro Pump. We went solely, which by the way, I just realized I'm covering the moves. This is a bad spot for the camera, isn't it? That sucks. But we're actually packing Poison Jab, Ice Shard, Substitute, and Shell Smash. I substitute this turn thinking he would switch out, which he actually did. I'm going to Shell Smash, which was a really bad idea. I was figuring if I stay on this Gyarados and set up, I might be able to just win it. And the way I calced it, our Cloyster should have did like 80% to this Gyarados after a Shell Smash, which is still not really enough. And I knew that this thing learned Thunderbolt. I looked it up, and I figured he's probably carrying Thunderbolt. For whatever stupid reason, I was just like, I'm just gonna throw caution to the wind. We have to substitute up anyways. I'm gonna Shell Smash, and then I'm gonna end up Poison Jabbing. I've gotten ahead of myself in the commentary now. So now we have to wait for my dumb butt to do it. But yeah, we'll see how that turns out for us, especially with the Thunderbolt. It does happen, but we'll wait for it. Okay, here we go. So he does Thunderbolt, which is going to ruin our substitute. There's maybe a chance that he might not bring it, but like I said, we have a lot of flying types. We have a lot of electric weaknesses, so it was smart for him to bring it. We go for the Shell Smash. We're going to get our attack boosted now based on doing calcs, which, by the way, calcs throw out the window for Let's Go because abilities ruin it, held items ruin it, IVs, EVs ruin it. You can't calc things properly in Let's Go unless you spend a lot of time doing it. But now I'm contemplating whether or not I should switch out because I don't want to die to Gyarados. Pretty sure I end up going for Poison Jab because I calc it to be like 84% damage. But again, calcs don't matter in Let's Go. At least the site I was using, it's not preferable. So instead of doing 84%, I end up doing like 50. And the calcs screwed me on that. I shouldn't even bothered. But I live and learn. This is literally my first ever Let's Go competitive battle, so it's a learning process. But we are going to end up going for the Poison Jab. And I almost feel like I should just move my webcam over slightly. You know what? I can do that in post-editing. I think I'm going to post-edit this video a certain way anyway, so hopefully I do that. But he just goes for a second Thunderbolt, of course, and it's going to take us out, and we didn't do nearly as much damage as I thought we were going to do to this Gyarados. It sucks. Now we're down 2 Mons. He still got all of his Mons. Not looking like a great situation, but I figured this is actually probably a pretty good time to get our Gengar in. I believe this is when we end up doing it. I hope. Or is it Dragonite we bring in? It's Dragonite we bring in, which is actually a pretty smart play at this point in time because we end up doing something pretty cool here. I think this is the play. Come on. Just pick. I'm torn between Gengar and Dragonite, clearly. Oh, no, I did go with the Gengar. Okay, never mind, guys. Never mind. That play comes later. I bring in Gengar. I figure this is a great time to Mega Evolve. Must have been what was going through my head. So I'm going to go ahead. Mega Evolve, by the way, Shiny. I was chaining to get the right Pokemon, like I said, and I got a Shiny and it ended up being like really good. So it worked out. I go for the Mega Evolution, and I am going to go, I believe it's for a Sludge Ball? Shadow Ball? I don't know. We'll see in a second. But, hold on. Yeah, Sludge Bomb. Okay, I'll go for a Sludge Bomb, which was risky because he could have brought in his Nidoking and really just ate that pretty well. As well as, I think he had something else that would have ate it really, really well. But I risked it for the Biscuit because I thought it might do the most damage and we might get a chance to poison. And he brings in a Kangaskhan, which is great that we didn't go for the Shadow Ball because that would have not done anything, obviously, being immune and all. Look at the beautiful, shiny Mega Gengar. It's freaking amazing. We're going to go ahead, go for it. We do get the poison, which is great for us. Sucks for Curse Shooter. Sorry for hitting my microphone. Oh, man. Whew. And now all we have to do is debate whether to go for another one or not. I end up going for a Psychic instead because I figure now that he knows I'm going for Sludge Bomb, so he could bring something in to take the Sludge Bomb easier. I'm not going to go for Shadow Ball, obviously, in case he stays in. And Psychic is my best bet because he could bring in his Poison-type Nidoking to take the Sludge Bomb. So I end up going for a Psychic. Yeah. And at some point in this battle, it might be this move, the connection took forever. And I thought that we had dropped the battle. But I don't remember if it's now or not. But it was like a huge wait time. It was like a full 2-minute wait time. But he ended up going for Sucker Punch, which was really smart. He ends up taking away half of our HP. Kind of sucks. Did not expect the Sucker Punch. But I go ahead, go for the Psychic. We finish off this Kangaskhan. That's making me feel a little bit better now. I'm calming down slightly. I'm still extremely anxious. But I calmed down a little bit because I'm like, okay, we took down Amon. That's something. That is something. I was worried about just getting 6-0'd in my first game of the season. So I was glad to just get something killed. I'm going to bring in Doug Dimmadome of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. And I'm going to get out of here because I know what he's planning. Actually, do I get out of here? I don't even know anymore. But I know an Earthquake will kill. I also know that this thing gets Sucker Punch. That's right. So I end up switching out, figuring he's going to go for Sucker Punch. I checked for Pursuit. Pursuit, I don't think either exists in this, or Dugtrio doesn't get it in this Let's Go gen. Like I said, it's weird. Like, this Dragon Dance doesn't exist anymore. It's freaking weird, guys. So our Dragonite, unfortunately, doesn't even have a very good moveset because I didn't have enough time to get a good moveset on it. I'm just contemplating between different mons I can go into. I think I do end up going with Machamp. Which I think was probably the smartest play at this point in time. Especially because everything else is pretty weak, I think, to Dugtrio. Let's see, though. Yeah. Oh, no, I ended up going into Dug... Okay, so this is interesting. I didn't actually remember this being the play. But this must be when I do it. I come in with Dragonite. He goes for the Sucker Punch. It fails. We planned that perfectly well. Now we're going to go for an Agility. I believe. Or is it Outrage this turn, then Agility? I don't remember. This is the problem with post-commentary. In the future, we'll try and live comm these. Oh boy. I'm really contemplating. Do I set up the Agility now? Or do I go for the Outrage? I think I was thinking about how much a Rock Slide might do. At this point in time. But I'm figuring he's going to switch out, so I go for Agility. I want to make sure we're going to outspeed anything that comes our way. So, this was the pretty clutch play I was talking about for earlier on when I was debating whether I was going to Gengar Dragonite. I come in, I set up an Agility, and now we're looking pretty good. We should be able to outspeed all of his team. So, I think all of his team. The Dugtrio might still outspeed, but apparently he's pretty afraid of our Dragonite, so he switched out. So we know that he doesn't really have much packing to hit Dragonite on his Dugtrio. So this turn, we just go for that Outrage. Dragonite's only really good move in this gen is Outrage. It kind of sucks because then you get confused and stuff, but oh well. So here we go. Going for the Outrage. I have something stuck in my teeth. Oh, it's bugging me. Oh, God. Alright. Does about half, does a little bit over half. He's carrying Thunderbolt, which does a lot. It does a lot. It does 50%. It's not great looking, but we know another Outrage will take this thing down. No need to worry. Hopefully we don't get confusion yet. I don't know if it defaults to 3 turns automatically or not, but that's what we're hoping for, is at least 3 turns of Outrage before getting confused. Hopefully we can just fight through the confusion when it happens too, if we live that long. But yeah, we're locked in the Outrage right now. I actually wouldn't mind him sending in something else so we can just get another 50% off. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. See, but not having Dragon Dance is really, really tough there. Because with the Dragon Dance, we'd be freaking speed boosted and we'd be hitting like a freaking truck, man. But unfortunately, it just doesn't get it, man. It's so weird. Like I said, Let's Go is such a weird competitive scene with just the lack of abilities, lack of EVs. But I guess EVs are kind of just AVs now, which I don't fully understand the difference yet. But either way, it's just a weird, no held items. Such a weird way to play competitive Pokemon. It's going to be quite the learning process for us, I think. But we're doing all right so far. We're holding our own for our first game ever. He's going to switch out and send out his Gyarados. And we're going to go for the Outrage. Hopefully it will kill. And it does. Thank goodness, because if it didn't, we'd kind of be screwed. We have to waste our final Outrage for like a sliver of health before we get confused. But we do take down a Gyarados. That's a huge another threat out of the way, which I am more than content with doing. Taking freaking Gyarados off the field, man. Oh, gosh. So, yeah. So now he has to decide if he's going to bring in his Zapdos or his Nidoking, which he brings in his Nidoking. We're going to just have to go for Outrage. We know probably won't kill this Nidoking, but it's what we have to do either way. Let's see how this works out for us. With our platinum blonde hair. I hate the hair. I picked this character because he had blue eyes, and I was like, oh, I have blue eyes, he has blue eyes, I'm going to pick him, and we'll just change the hair color later. No, you can't do that. You can't change the hair color in this game, and it's very obnoxious. But we're going to go for our final Outrage. It does massive damage, but now we are confused. This game is about to come down to whether he sets with Stealth Rocks. Late game Stealth Rocks is always actually still good. I like late game Stealth Rocks. Either way, and plus we have 2 Flying Mons left, and but either way, we need to beat through this confusion right now if we want to secure the win. I think at this point, if we don't get confused, we have this win. Potentially. At least we take down a Nidoking, which is a big threat. Get that out of the way. I'm just debating, I think, whether I go for an Aqua Jet, Outrage, or Switch. And I end up just going into another Outrage because if we can break through, we can do some massive damage. Unfortunately, we end up hitting ourselves in confusion because our luck is bad, but I took the risk. I probably should have just switched out, save Dragonite for later, but I didn't. And now Dragonite is dead. So we got to bring in something to avenge our Dragonite, and I believe it's Gengar. I think Gengar comes in at this point for a little bit of that sweet vengeance. Sweet vengeance. And I think now that Kangaskhan is gone, we're safe to go with Shadow Ball, and that's what we end up doing. Or do we go for Psychic this time? I don't know. I think we go for Shadow Ball. Not that it matters too much. Either one should kill this Nidoking. Either one. I think it's Shadow Ball, though, in case he brought in the Alakazam, though. He was never going to do that against a Gengar, but you never know. So Shadow Ball's the safest play, and I do, in fact, go for Shadow Ball. I'm looking at it right now. Okay. It's a very close game. We've brought this game around, and we kind of have some momentum now. It's a 3v4, about to be a 3v3. We have really just taken a very bad start, like we always do at the Boston Soul Scarfs, and began to just mold it and twist it around back on the opponent. That's like our specialty for whatever reason. Lose the first freaking Mon on the first turn and then turn things around, man. That's what we like to do here. We don't like to do it. It's awful. It's no fun. It's difficult. I don't enjoy it. But it's just a curse, man. We only have 5 minutes left in this game. I think Let's Go is shorter battles as well, which is just, it sucks. But I'm debating whether we'll outspeed this Doug Trio. I don't know why I didn't think we would, but I realized, oh yeah, we should. And I'm going to go for Shadow Ball, and it should kill this Doug Trio in one hit, because Doug Trio is a pretty weak Mon. It's really fast. It kind of hits semi-hard, but it's weak. I'm surprised he didn't go for Sucker Punch that turn. If he did, we'd be dead. It doesn't actually kill, though. He survives. And Gengar goes down. And things are looking a lot worse. Things are looking a lot worse now. Anyways, I'm going to bring in Machamp here, because I know he can take a hit. I think we bring in Machamp. Yeah, we bring in Machamp. He can take a hit from this thing. He can take an Earthquake. He should be able to take a Rock Slide. Should be able to take a Sucker Punch. So, Machamp seems like the smart move here. Finally, I didn't nickname any of these Pokemon, I just realized. Oh boy, I'm going to have to do that for next week. I think I go for a Rock Slide, because a Rock Slide guarantee kills Doug Trio, and it should do maximum damage to the Zapdos if he decides to switch in. He goes for Earthquake. Does a chunk. Does more than I would like it to. as we go for a rock slide. Take down this Doug trio. It's gone. It's get out of here. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. This battle is neck and neck. Losing Gengar was really bad for us because it outsped everything on his team. That was just really bad for us. I should have brought in Machamp. I think we could have done better if I had brought in Machamp right there. But now I'm gonna go for the rock slide. If we can hit this rock slide, it'll be clean. It might even kill this Zap chicken. He's gonna go for the roost though, so it doesn't. It doesn't kill. As you can tell, I kind of forgot this battle already a bit, but he avoids the attack, which you're gonna see is huge because I end up going. I'm now debating: do I go for a bulk up? No, I'm just gonna click rock slide. Click rock slide, damages things some more, so hopefully Charizard can come in and clean it up. Is the plan, but that missing that rock slide is like missing the chance to kill this thing in 2 hits. Now we only have that 1 hit. You would have seen if the other one landed, the Zapdos would be dead right now. But it didn't land. He got really lucky there. But that's the way Pokemon goes, man. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. So Machamp dies. Zapdos is in range to die from a Fire Blast from Charizard. So Charizard's going to come in. As long as we outspeed, which we should, because, like I said, no held items. So we should win every time unless I'm missing speed stats because he's not level 100 and hasn't been bottle capped or whatever it's called. But we do connect the Fire Blast, which is great. Down goes Zapdos. Now it's just Charizard versus Alakazam. We know how that's going to end because Alakazam is faster than Charizard. If we had the Gengar, this would be a different story. Or even Machamp probably wouldn't have been able to turn things around. I think Alakazam always cleaned up after that rock slide miss anyways. But if Gengar was still around, it would have been different. We probably would have won if Mega Gengar was still alive. Unfortunately, I misplayed by letting him die. I should switch out to Machamp, and it would have looked so much better. But that's okay. It happens. This was our first game, and we brought it back from a really bad start. It was a 3-6 start, I think, and we brought it back to an 0-1 loss. So, yeah. That's going to be it for our Week 1 SPDL matchup. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. And let me know what you think about our team so far. I don't know. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.